Hello and welcome to the video for Thursday, October 29th, Advanced Web Design. I'll let you guys into the room here. Hola.
Hey, Greg.
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Awesome. Let a few more people into the room here, do some attendance, and then we can get started. Oh, let's see. Close this. And let's see. Go here. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, advanced. And there we go. Boom. All right. Let me go back to the class here. So, well, it looks like not quite everybody's here yet, but I'm sure a few more people will saunter in the next few moments. But how are you guys? Are you looking forward to Halloween?
I am.
Yeah. And have you decided what you're going to do?
Probably just gonna watch a bunch of scary movies and carve pumpkins.
Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah.
Good classic.
I think I'm just gonna I think we're just gonna do a Halloween themed dinner and watch Halloween movies and listen to scary music. I don't know, just like all the cliches that you could possibly pack into one night. We're gonna
All in one day.
yeah, in our entire lives. All the cliches from our entire lives we're gonna do on Halloween. So that should be fun. Okay, well, so anyway, today the web design is due, and so we can start to take a look at those. So who here has a website that we can check out? Let's see. Mine is done, says Trevor. All right. Grady's is finished. All right. So I will attempt to get there just by typing in, pimawebcc.com/ and then your name, unless it's at a different location. So Grady, yours is at a different location. I know that. I think Trevor's is in that Pima CC web. So let me see if I can find it. All right, so we got this, and then we'll go pimaccweb.com/Trevor and see if we can find it. Okay, and then I can share my screen here. Share screen, share screen. Okay, here we go. So we have melting drops, multicolored drops, which are super fun. And then we've got, I like this. I like the way this picture is with the silhouette of the guy right here, right behind the text. That seems pretty effective to me. What do you guys think? You like the layout on this?
I like it.
Yeah. Okay, and then okay, down here we've got a quote from someone who's kind of frightening, so I don't know if I'm going to trust him or not. Here we have some product that's scrolling. Like established 2015 question mark. Like we're not quite sure. We just started working on it, and the next thing we knew it was 2020. So then we've got sort of a when, who, and why, right? And then here's a bunch of cool Doom Crew logos. Okay, not just the guy crew, they're t-shirts for girls as well, or fashion for girls, I should say. And then enter if you dare. All right. And here we go. Nice. Okay, some cool t-shirts with some funny designs on them. Ooh, and they're on sale. I like this. This is a feature that you can do in WooCommerce, where you put the new price or you put the sale price, and what it does is it slashes out the original price and shows you the new price like it's a big deal, Okay, that looks really good. And then the about. Okay, I got a cool little animation there, and then this guy. I don't know why, but I keep thinking maybe I left my faucet on. I don't know what it is. Okay, here we go. And then contact. The mandated reminder that I am loved, special, and resilient. That's nice. Okay, and this is an attractive looking contact form, so that works well. Maybe be careful about the double contact or social media things here on this page. Or actually the triple, because we got one over here too, the triple threat. Okay, but I think it looks good. You did a nice job. You created this whole brand, and let me see, we got a chat here. Let's see, it says there's some music on the player too. It's not terribly long. The media buttons doubling up is my bad. Okay, so the player. Okay, well, we can go all the way down here. Where, sir, is the player? Or is there music playing right now? I don't hear any. So, Trevor, where do I go to play the music? Some music on the player too. It's not terribly long. Wave and stumbling up is my bad. Okay, I don't see any music here. Click on this guy. Yeah, I don't know where the music is. It's on the bottom of your screen. Oh, sorry, I've got this stupid Zoom thing down here. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Nightmare.
It's going now. I can just take a second to load.
Wow.
Wow.
Cool music. The floating back bar, go back to the home screen, right? Yeah, that's really nice. I like that. It's very cool music, and I think it would fit with your demographic, you know, the people you're trying to cater to. That's a nice little feature. So is that a plugin, Trevor, that lets you play music on sites like this? Or is that some code you just dropped? Player's a plugin. Yeah. Yeah, it looks really good. And nice job. Okay, let's see. Now, Grady, I know I always ask you this, but maybe you could put your URL in there again. I should probably memorize it, but I never do. So we can look at your site. Let's see. Ariana says, I love the drops falling. How did you do that? Maybe you can answer that one, Trevor. Let's say it's a plugin. Let me find the name real quick. Okay. So Trevor's going to track down the plugin name and put it in here. While he's doing that, I'm going to close my shade here so I don't get burned to a crisp by the sun. Better, less burning. Okay, meanwhile, we'll go to Grady's site. And this is Software Box. And this is actually a project Grady did in our other class, the interactive design class. It's a Halloween project, and he did one for a rave, I guess. It's like a flyer for a rave. And then we can see he's got his logo, which he designed. He's got all these nice graphics and the nice different colors. And I forget which one works. Maybe they all work. I don't know, but I'll click on one. Yeah, so here's audio. Oh man, Grady, I love FL Studio. I just, I played with that software a couple of years ago. I took a class where we used it, and I haven't seen it in years. And the latest version that just came out is so cool. I think I'm going to buy it. I just love that software. Audition is really useful. I started using Ableton Live recently too. That's really good software. Although I don't find it as intuitive as other software. My favorite is Logic.
Like
Um,
FL the best.
that's what I like. And then Audacity is a really great, it's just very simple, straightforward recording software. Um, yeah. Oh man, FL Studio is the best. I just love that. By the way, I don't know if you know this, Grady, but there's well, you've said you've always used it, so I'm sure you got it right. But there's a student discount for FL Studio, but it's only, unfortunately, the lowest end, which I would normally buy and most students would buy, is a $99 package of software. But that is just electronic music. It doesn't record any real world audio. And for $199, you can get, I think, the studio version, which records raw audio. And for $299, you can get the producer version, which does all that and has a bunch of plugins, right? Well, the deal that they give to students and teachers is if you sign up on their website with a edu email account, you can get the producer version, which is normally $299, for the price of the studio version, which is $199. So you have to pay $199 instead of like $99 for the cheese ball low end version, but you get all that extra cool stuff. So that might be the deal I have to take, just because I think I would like the actual audio recording. It says Reaper is a good DAW as well. I used to record some guitar stuff. Yeah, Reaper is really good. There's so many great software audio recorders these days. It's kind of hard to keep track. GarageBand is really good. I mean, you basically can't go wrong. I mean, now there's enough good stuff on both PC and Mac that, you really can't go wrong. I don't think that there's anything. I think GarageBand is one of the best free programs that comes with an operating system. And of course, if you need more than that, you can upgrade to Logic, which is something like 199. But I don't know if there's any really good free stuff that comes with a PC, and I don't use a PC, so I don't know. But all the stuff that we're talking about, Audacity is free, I think. But like Reaper and Ableton Live and FL Studio, all that stuff costs a few bucks, but it's worth it. It's such great stuff. Let's look in on other software. Blender, I love. I just started using that this year. I love it. Cinema 4D is really good. Plugs into After Effects, and Maya is great, but I find the interface very counterintuitive, so I have trouble with that one. We're gonna rate all Grady's software here. Browsers, Brave. I've never even heard of that one. Let's see, Chrome. Wow. Oh, Tor, of course. He's got a lot of interests here. Gaming. Okay, let's see what he likes. Discord is great. Steam is great. Unity. I've heard so much about Roblox. I've never even tried it. I need to do that. And I don't even know. What's Origin, Grady? Got to get those Steam summer sales. Yeah, Steam is great. They just had a little fall festival, which I missed out on. I tried to listen in on some of their panels. I couldn't even get it to work. But they had a bunch of programs, a bunch of games discounted, or you could play for free. And then they had little panel discussions. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look in Origin. What happens if I click on this? Ooh, it takes me right there and I can find out all the stuff about Origin. Okay, what is Origin? It looks like a gaming service. Okay, cool. All right. Let's see what other cool stuff he has. I'll click on his software box logo here. Oh, okay, there we go. Let's see, graphics. This is all going to be Adobe. Yeah, kind of a kid's game, but I used to play on. Okay, cool. Interesting. So you've got these two freeware programs, GIMP and Inkscape. I've heard good things about them. I don't use them because I'm using all the Adobe stuff. Affinity Photo. Of course, Illustrator just came to the iPad, in case you guys don't know that. Photoshop came, I think, last year or earlier this year, and it's kind of a scaled down version of Photoshop. Illustrator, I'm really excited about. I just downloaded it 2 days ago. I haven't even had a chance to try it out for the iPad. That's so cool. Okay, operating systems. Let me guess, Linux, right? Ubuntu. Okay, Fedora.
I downloaded it on my iPad and I like it so far.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, I've only messed around with it for a few hours, but it was pretty nice.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I love Illustrator. Is one of my favorite programs. I love the idea of having that on my iPad, you know. Okay, we're gonna look.
Available for Android?
What's that?
Is it available for like Android products?
I doubt it.
Okay, because there's
I doubt
some Adobe products that are.
I doubt it because Adobe doesn't cater to people who buy inferior products like Android.
Ooh, okay.
Sorry. Um,
One of my favorite companies actually jokes on that all the time, and I'm like, ah.
oh, I know that sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay, you know, full disclosure, I do have an iPhone, but I also have an Android phone for testing purposes. So I guess I'm one of those inferior human beings.
Yeah, halfway there.
Final Cut Pro, good software. All that other stuff's good, of course. Let's see, utility programs. Virtual clone drive, that's interesting. I have the feeling Grady is in the know on a bunch of cool technology stuff. That's why I'm like searching through his files to find all the cool stuff. Wow. Let's see, security. HTTPS everywhere. That sounds interesting. Privacy. Could use some more of that. Wow. Yeah, I got to get on with this whole VPN thing. I never do that, but I'm always reading these articles that say, hey, man, you should be doing a VPN, and I never do. Okay, cool. Well, this looks great, Grady. Not only that, it's very utilitarian. I can use it and come back here and check out all the cool programs you're recommending. So nice job. Welcome to Software Box, a gallery of links to my favorite software. Feel free to browse and click the cube at the top anytime to return home. And there's your, oh, I just noticed, there's your little ad for Faded Midnight. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So what else have we got? Who else has got something to see? Daniel says, yeah, I want to explore all of these. Are they all linked? I think they're all linked. Yeah. Yeah, check them out, Daniel. Let us know if there's anything cool you find in there. So thank you, Ariana. You gave me the link to your site. So Ariana, did you have to rebuild the sidebar?
Yeah, there were just a few things that I had to redo. Luckily, I didn't have to.
Oh, that's good, because I felt really bad. Like we tried to restore it to, you know, because you and I had looked at your site that day, or it was the next day that it was gone. And so like first we restored it back to earlier in that day, and that didn't work. So we had to go back like a day or two. And that was the first one we got to work. But and I saw your sidebar was gone. I'm like, oh my God, that sucks. But I'm glad you didn't have to redo too much. Anyway, this looks great. I love the layout and all the fun cat photos. There's Skittles. Oh, I like this layout with his paw and that font. I think that's really attractive.
And that's what I used Illustrator for. That's one of the things I used on the iPad with to test it out.
Oh, that looks great. Oh, this is so much fun. I think you had too much fun making this website.
I did.
Meow flicks. Nice. This looks so great. Yeah, now, I mean, I'm sure you'll get screenshots of all this stuff, but, you know, if you want to keep the site as a portfolio site, you know, you would probably have to transfer it. You know, you could get an account with SiteGround and just have them transfer it over to your account if you want. I don't know if you'll need that. I don't know if you want that. But I mean, it's a great looking site, but you know, you might just want to be in the screenshot world. Now, one thing I noticed here is, see when I'm rolling over lifestyle, how if I try to go to Pawkish Prince, it disappears. You see that? I can't quite get there. Is that's supposed to be a sub menu item?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why it's...
I mean, it's, you know, it certainly doesn't seem like something that's your fault, but you know, it could just have to do with something like if you did something like, if you went in here and you increased like the margin, like the top or the bottom margin on the menu or something, it might make it so that this is too far away for people to catch it, you know? So I don't know. This is a different, the code that I put in there isn't still in there, is it?
No.
Okay, good. I'm glad. That was a bunch of junk. I'm sorry.
It was. So I just took it all out and
Oh,
decided to.
Good. I'm sorry. The first rule should be do no harm. You know what I mean? But I put a bunch of junk code in there. Okay, here we go. And these are all the great new products. And then, oh, I just noticed you have a separate navigation bar at the bottom. That's very nice. Of course, our shop with all our cool colors and stuff, grooming, awesome pictures.
I noticed that the checkout screen, there's something weird going on with it, but since it's done through the WooCommerce, like I can't go in either with the WordPress editor or with the Elementor one to try and fix it, but it doesn't let you.
Oh, it doesn't what let you check out?
It doesn't. Yeah, when you proceed to checkout, the see.
Oh, this, right?
Yeah, and I don't know how to fix that.
Wow. Well, yeah, that's pretty bizarre and wrong. Well, it seems to be okay down here. Wow. And it just came up this way. There's nothing you did?
No, I never even touched the checkout page or anything. All I did was add, products to the store. But when I started to test it, I noticed that it did that, and I tried to go in through WordPress, and it just has like that little short code when you do the WordPress editor, and then with Elementor won't let you edit it at all. So
the only thing I can think of off the top of my head is it might be jacking up because it's stuffed into this little column over here. I mean, it's not a very little column, but I'm just saying,
yeah,
this might be a page that would do better just to be its own separate page. So, I think the problem is when somebody clicks on view shopping cart, it brings up the new page in this window. And you might want to make it so that it brings it up in a brand new page. There's a piece of code. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out where I can type this. I guess I can type it in here. When you do an A tag, like which is a link tag, you can put this code that's called _blank in there. You're going to have your link. I don't know, href equals and then blah blah blah, right? And then here's your text, which is your link, and then you're going to have the end of the A tag there, right? But that _blank will make whatever link it is open up in a brand new tab, brand new window. And if it does that, it's going to open full width. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so what would need to happen is we'd need to figure out, we need to find that little piece of code which says view shopping cart. We need to find it in WooCommerce's code, and we'd have to add this _blank to it. And it might be that that's something you could look up on the internet. You could say, how do I make view cart launch in a new page? And then somebody might have asked that question, and they'd say, oh, go to this file and put this code in here, so yeah, we can mess around with that, but I'm sure there's a way to get it to happen. Yeah, weird. Sorry about that, but everything else looks great. There's Skittles. And then here's our cool, nice looking, classy looking social media. There should be one that's just like a cat paw, for like the Cat Network or whatever. Yeah, it just looks great. Nice job.
Thank you.
Oh, and the one thing I was going to tell you is, because of this weirdness with the sub menu, you can just take that and just put it as another menu item if you want. You know what I'm saying?
I tried that, but then the menu looks weird because it's such a short, like the sidebars, and then it cuts it off, and then it makes the main menu look really weird. And I tried it.
Let me see, because I should be able to get in here because I think it's programmed into my computer. Oh shit, it's not. I thought it was. Oh, that's such a bummer. Let me try from Let me try from Chrome. I'm sure I've gone into this site before. No, apparently I haven't. Okay. Let's see if you want to text or put your password in the chat here. I can get in there and take a look at the menu. I don't know if you have that handy or not.
I don't.
Oh, okay. And it's probably just some weirdo long strip of numbers and scary characters. Okay.
Yes.
If you find it great, if not, yeah, let me think. What would I do? Well, I guess Posh Picks. I guess the one thing that I would do is change the name so it was a little shorter, because that Posh Picks probably pushes you over this barrier here, like you're saying. So let's see, Posh Picks, I assume would be pictures. You might even just do something like Pics, Pics, or something like that, and that would probably fit in here and solve your problem. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Trevor says Ariana's site reminds me of a puppet site I just saw today. Let me link to it. Okay. So let's go there just for fun. See what Trevor's talking about.
So, Greg, I have really bad news. I just was messing around with my site while we were over here, and I really just messed everything up.
Oh no, really?
Yes.
Oh, what a bummer.
And the carts, excuse me, the shop isn't working like it should. I'm not able to like populate it like I should be able to for whatever reason.
Now, if you think that you messed it up, SiteGround does do what I think is a daily backup.
Mm-hmm.
So you could well, there's a couple options that you have. One, you could back it. You could contact SiteGround's tech support, and they'd show you how to restore it to yesterday's backup. Or individual pages also keep a record of changes, and you could go backwards to an earlier version of a page. Do you think that latter option would help you at all?
I'll go take a look on WordPress and see what I can do with it.
Okay, I'll show you the example of that in a second. Okay, so here is the puppet site, which is kind of scary if you ask me. All right, here's Randy the puppet. Wow, scary. Oh my gosh. Is this creeping anybody else out, or is it just me?
Yeah, those eyes are pretty scary.
I mean, Randy kind of looks like the stalker puppet. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Randy Feltface. Wow. Did anybody know about this? Trevor, did you just stumble over this guy, or you know who he is? If you YouTube him, he's pretty funny. Okay. All right, maybe he's actually pretty, wow, he's got like coloring books and stuff. Okay. So I guess
you really made it.
Yeah. Okay, and then tour. Wow. This sucks when like a puppet goes on tour more than I do. I hate that. Oh, Randy Feltface. He's represented by Worldwide United Talent Agency. This guy has like a major talent agency. That sucks. All right. Anyway, okay, Randy, good for you. I'll probably look up his videos and fall in love with him, but thank you for pointing that out, Trevor. It says he's existed for a while. Yeah, I guess so, huh? All right, cool. So Sean, let me show you, if I go to my website, let me show you something. Like every page that you work on in WordPress stores a earlier version of it. So like, for example, I just went into the advanced web design page. Don't tell me here. And I just made a change to it today, right? Now, if you're in WordPress and you click on this thing up here called screen options, it should, you can check these boxes up here and everything that you check will show up on your page somewhere. So you can see certain things are showing up, right? One of which is revisions, right? And so what you do is you go down and see these are the revisions right here. So it shows you that 2 hours ago, I made a revision to this page. Now, if I click on this, it will show me the revision. Let me go ahead and click on it. I don't think it's going to jack it up. Famous last words. Yeah. So here's what's cool. It shows you the current page, and it shows you the revision, and then it shows you what's changed, right? And then if you like the revision better than the current page, you can click restore this revision, and it will bring that to the forefront as the current page.
And you went to your pages panel, correct? Your pages selection, is that what that was?
Yeah, you can go under it. It actually happens under pages or posts. I think you can.
I accidentally went into the editor. Let me just get into the.
Yeah, and I think this thing right here, I think this lets you go back in time to earlier revisions, right? And so you can see all the revisions I could restore. For some reason, it's not letting me restore this one. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe that's, oh, I guess this must be the most current version or something. And then I can go back one and restore it, right?
Now, what did you click on when you were at the page, though?
Oh, okay, yeah, yes.
Because I'm at the page selection thing where I pick. I'm obviously doing the home page. That's kind of the main thing that I'm trying to bring back.
And of course, you're in the WordPress interface and not the Elementor interface, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. You scroll down below the big content box, and the revision stuff is right here.
But how did you get to the what did you click on?
I clicked on the most recent date and time.
Okay, let me just find it. Is it just hitting edit? Is that all it is? Is that what you went to?
Well, I just clicked right here on this link right here. Did you do that?
No, I'm talking about before that, before you got to that page.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yes. Well, what I did was you just go to pages, and then you just click on the name of the page, and then you get
the name of the page. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was wondering why I wasn't getting
Yeah,
the same.
name of the page and editor the same, right? Now, if you don't see them down here, then go up here, click on screen options, and make sure that the revisions box is checked. And then you should see them.
Revision.
And you might be able to go back. This is helpful to everybody. You might be able to go back and fix something, especially if you did something that jacked up your site,
I'm getting a different screen than you are.
Well,
Weird.
Well, I don't know why. You're
It
getting
might be it could very well be my you think maybe it's my theme kind of changing things?
your theme. Well, the themes don't generally change the WordPress layout.
Yeah, I didn't think so
Oh,
either.
you know what?
My revisions though.
You know what it could be? It could very well be. Do me a favor, go under your plugins and look in installed plugins. Click on installed plugins.
My plugins, installed plugins.
Right. And then tell me if you have this one called Classic Editor or not.
You know, I thought I did. Let me see. I guess I don't.
You don't?
Should I?
You don't.
Is that
right?
Am I dumb for not having that?
No, you're not dumb. But that's why our screens look different. So go ahead and install it. Go to add new. Look for Classic Editor, and then install and activate it, and then go back to the page.
And then try again.
And while you're doing that, I'll just explain. WordPress a couple years ago moved to a new interface called Blocks, or the block editor, I guess. And I'm really not a fan of it. I think it's just weird, and I don't like it. And so they gave people the option to go back to the previous editor, which is this one called Classic Editor. So every time I create a website, I install Classic Editor and just keep using the interface that I'm familiar with and that I like. and blocks just confuses me and I don't like it. So I never go there. But you're clearly in blocks, which is why you, or the block editor, which is why things don't look the same. And if you install this, they should start looking the same. Okay. All right, so we'll let Sean work with that. Anybody else have something that we can see as far as website-y type of projects?
Greg, you can look at mine.
We can look at yours, Dylan?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, pimaccweb.com, Dylan. Oh, I don't know, I guess we'll find out. Find out if it's here or not. Something's there. Ooh, cool. Old school, feel the dread. Oh, that's cool. And then we've got somebody with dreads on the homepage. Now you did this artwork, right? Did you do the artwork, Dylan, for the t-shirts?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool.
I used a sketchbook. I'm in Photoshop as well.
Oh, cool. I like this font here. This is very tasty font with these swatches of color back there. Swooshes of color. Hoodie season. All right. Nobody lets me know what season it is.
I'll read the description for it.
Now, is this that social media plugin, or is this a different one?
It's the icons on Elementor.
Oh, okay, okay.
I think you can put links to your pages though if you click on the icons and then go in to edit it.
Okay. Oh, look, we're down to the countdown ended. That's cool. All right, nice. And then let's see. So we go to the shop and we can see different stuff. Hey, if I were you, I would recommend stealing designs from Trevor's site, because I think you're going to get more traffic than him.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we got nice products here. Crazy for donuts. So Daniel said good use of colors.
Thank you.
And Trevor says cue the tears. I mean raindrops.
I also put more under the under shop. There's a men's and then women's page.
And there's bestsellers. Is the bestsellers what comes up first? Okay. Yeah, this is good experience for you know, if you ever want to turn this into a real venture, or you want to do this for other people, making shops.
I'd love to do both. It'd be fun.
Yeah, it would be fun. Oh, these look good.
Thank you.
And then women. So Trevor says it's a good layout. New Halloween release. Click here. Nice. All right, let's see the Halloween release. Maybe we saw it. Okay, then we got my account and contact and the search function. Don't fright, it's on sale. This is interesting. It's taken a while for this page to load up.
Oh, I think the link might be broken.
I feel like it is, yeah.
Damn.
This is a cool feature here, Dylan, where you have different options and then it tells you what they are.
It's the accordion tab in
Okay, that's really
Elementor add-ons.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Thank you.
All right, looks really good. You know, I have to say that, and this is probably just me, but I prefer this kind of greeny blue color to that. Let's see. Oh, I see. That light blue color is just a transition color then, right?
That's for the page loader light.
Okay, got it.
For the plugin.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, I like these colors. They're really very soothing, you know, old world colors, if I can categorize them as that. So it's very cool. All right, looks good. Nice job. Okay, anybody else got anything we can look at?
All right. Well, I kind of got it up so you can see some stuff, I guess.
Okay, right. Yeah, I know. The e-commerce part can be hard, and it takes it might take a few tries to get that working. But it's good. It's good to work on it now and figure it out so that when you have a client come along, you can you have the bugs worked out and figure out how to deploy that. Okay, so this is you, right, Sean?
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, sorry. So I had some, as you can see, I had some issues in the banner there. For some reason, it doubled up on the banner, so I'm gonna have to go figure out what that problem is. And I also had issues. If you look at you see where the white is, the white background is. I wanted it to be the same color originally as the navigation bar, but for whatever reason, every time I tried to put a color in, it decided that it did not like that color.
Interesting.
And it would just turn it white again.
Well, it probably has to do with, so, in cascading style sheets, there are certain indicators that say that a specific style is going to overwrite all the other styles. Like, for example, the word important with a exclamation point in front of it. And so it may be that you were trying to put in a color somewhere where there's a style somewhere else that's written in the code that says, hey, this white color is the primo color. It's going to trump every other color. And so you would have to, go in there and find that code,
Is there something beyond the global color palette that would do that?
Yeah. CSS can get quite complex. If we go in here to the web developer, and then to the toggle tools, click on my little guy here and then hover over this white area. Of course, after this thing is done thinking. Come on, stupid thing that I hate. Okay. Now, if I click on this, you can see right away, oh, I saw it and then it disappeared. That sucks. I saw it right away and then it disappeared. But let me show you again. I'll see if I can do this again. Come on, stupid thing that hates me. Okay. Okay, there's two things going on here. You've got a background color and you also have something called a background overlay, which is, can you see over here on the right side, this little column of code right here?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and so what you'll see is there's something called Elementor background overlay, opacity 1. You could put an overlay color and then you can set the opacity for it, and that will impact the background. But in addition, you set the background color. And the first time I clicked on this, I'm gonna have to refresh the page because it showed it to me the very first time. I'm hoping if I refresh it, it'll do it again. I clicked on this and then I just hovered over this and it showed me right away that the background color was white. So
yeah, that one I changed it to white because I got so tired of it. I just got so tired of messing with it that I ended up just changing it to white, changing my headings to the color that I wanted for the white. So as you can see, I changed my headings to that color. And then, yeah, I mean, I decided it was, I got tired of working with it. And I just figured I'd mess with it later on and ask you the question.
Okay.
Probably have the answer. So.
Okay. Yeah, we probably.
Possibly that overlay is what's causing the problem, is what you're saying.
Well, it's possible, although, I just changed it from 1 to 0 and there wasn't any change at all. So that may not be the problem. I suspect it's wherever the hell that background white is that's disappeared. If we were able to locate it here in the code, let me see. If we're able to locate it here in the code, we could then find it in the style sheet. Yeah, I can't. It's just disappeared. So it would probably take me a few minutes of poking around to try and locate that.
I'll see if I can't mess around with the overlay and see if that'll fix it. Because You might be right about that. Even after you did the opacity, because remember the background itself is currently white, so it's not that it's not that I still have that blue color there. I took it out because
Okay.
I got tired of messing with it. So.
Well, let me know. Yeah, let me know if you can't get any satisfaction with it, and then I can take a look and see if I can mess around enough to find the actual code and then change it. Okay, but anyway, let me close this and we can look at the rest of your site. Okay, so this homepage looks good. I see what you mean with the doubling up there. Okay, and then this is all these guys go down the page to the different sections. So it's like a one-page website, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
And there's not much there's not really anything on the gallery, because it was all the kind of stock photos there. But I wanna add like more to each kind of section instead of it just being, oh look, we got this. Maybe add some pictures and stuff. But again, I spent so much time trying to figure out why I couldn't get that color in there that I didn't add those images there yet. So, and,
Okay,
and the shop population, it gave me it gave me something where it wanted me to go into a help thing through WordPress, right? And then when I clicked on it, it took me to something to search up what I needed help with, and I was like, you guys literally prompted me to go get help and go to a page. I would think you'd send me to where I need to go
Yeah.
because you're telling me the problem that I'm having, and you didn't send me where I need to go.
Yeah, that sucks.
So,
Okay, yeah, well, why don't you, spend a little more time, see if you can get some of these problems resolved, and then whatever you're still having trouble with, let me know and we'll take a look at it.
sounds good. All right.
Okay. And see, Daniel and Ariana say the site looks fantastic at any rate. So that's, yeah, your design skills are definitely showing through, Sean, and it looks good. You're just kind of learning the ropes of solving problems with WordPress, which we all have to do.
That's the real trick, isn't it? Problem solving.
Yeah, it really is.
Because that's what we are. We're solution specialists.
Solution providers. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else have anything they want to share with us? Website like devices that they have ready to share?
I do have a question. Sorry about that. Instead of me putting shop cart and checkout, how do I get the little cart thing and those things?
How do you get what?
Like checkout. Like you know how a lot of
Cart
sites have
icon?
a little cart button and then they have the checkout button.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that than it say shop cart and checkout.
Well, first of all, you can add or remove things that are up there in your menu section.
Mhm.
Okay. And you could put, like, you probably want to have the word shop up here because that's where people are going to go to access your store. But you could take the word checkout off, and then you could go get an icon of a shopping cart and put that up here and make that the link to whatever the checkout link is.
I was just thinking there was one straight up on WordPress, like where you could just select it and be like, I want a cart, I want to.
Well,
that's why I was asking that. But yeah, I can just do an icon if that's.
Well, honestly, Sean, it may also have to do with your theme.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll show you something. If we go over to my site, I don't remember, but I think there might be a shopping cart icon. Oh yeah. So see this is actually what they call a shopping basket. See that right there? So if I go add a product into my cart, see how it puts a little one up there?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now this is just WooCommerce. It just happens to be on a specific theme, and that's the way they configure the cart. So I think it might have to do with your theme as well.
Okay.
But there's no reason why you couldn't hack it into having a shopping cart up there and make that a link to your checkout.
Because that's the kind of UX that I like. Having you see like you for a fact that you just saw that go into your cart, so it's there.
Yeah. Yeah. And it might even be that there's some plugins, and some of them, unfortunately, you might have to buy, that would work with any theme. And they would just add to WooCommerce, and they might be called something like pretty you know, pretty menu bars or something like that, and you pay $20 for it, and then now it gives you all these icons you can drop in up there.
Because
You
I
know,
was able to add the search thing pretty easily because it gives you the option to add the search thing.
well, yeah, I mean, you should look into Elementor, right,
Mm.
and see what it can do. And there's a font that comes with in part of Elementor. It's called Font Awesome. Have you heard about that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so Font Awesome is really a font that's a bunch of icons, and it's in Elementor. There's places where you can include Font Awesome. Uh, so
They're kind of like web things, sort of,
yeah, they're sort of like web. See these things here? And so I'm sure if we spent a little time looking around, we'd find the shopping cart and everything.
or something that would work for
Yeah.
the situation.
Anyway, I know for a fact that they're in Elementor because I've seen them before. So, you know, once again, it might be that for the free version, there's not much you can do, and for the paid version, you get to drop them in wherever you want. You know,
Mhm.
I don't know. So you can look that one up.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
okay. All right. So anybody else got anything they want us to look at today?
Well, if no one else has anything ready, I've got mine, but it's like all in pieces. So I think like the only way to really share it would be by screen sharing, just to show what I've got.
Yeah, you want to share your screen? Okay.
What?
Let me stop my share and let me enable everybody to share, and now you can share.
All right. So yeah, so mine sadly is kind of all in pieces. So here's the one actually, at the URL.
Mhm.
Yes, I just wanted to show. So like for the style sheet I created for it, I created my own and I tried to apply it through additional CSS, but I just couldn't get it to the container. And I tried, targeting, like the main tag or it's the end of the tag that is the element that that I identified in the element inspector, but just couldn't get it to expand to fill. So what I did, just like a couple nights ago, I decided just out of desperation to try is downloading a app called XAMP. It's named after I think we were talking about a lamp stack earlier thing. It's a kind of a server app, just for testing purposes. So I found a video that showed how to download this and how to use it and how to install WordPress onto it. So I actually built my own theme, and it was going really well until suddenly it wasn't. But at any rate, I feel like I learned a lot, and it's cool to understand it a bit better. So now here's this, but it's the same CSS sheet, like the exact same block, copied and pasted. But here it looks like this versus like this. And here's what it should actually look like. It's this is just pure HTML and CSS open in Firefox. But it just the little discrepancies just completely change the outcome. Even with like the same HTML and same CSS box. So as far as the auto generating thing, and this right here is the folder that I have the theme I created in. Watch this tutorial on how to make your own themes. So these that the provided WordPress ones, and then this is the custom one I tried to make. Let's see, but anyhow, as far as the party renders go, I finished the app for that. Let's see. I remember how to change the I had them spawning differently before, but it seems they've gone back to the default. Sorry about that. Try not to take too long about this. Well, sorry for my ignorance, but does anyone know how to change it from change the icon size and stuff on this? I've done it before, but I'm just not seeing it right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm not much of a PC guy. Why would this show us the actual graphics you created?
Yeah, just see, it's it's the easiest way. Just it shows the little thumbnails of each of all the pictures it generated. Just scroll through them instead of it just being a wall of text or having to look at each individually. But it seems that speed is not with me today.
Okay. What about view?
There we go. Thank you. Yeah. So I got it to the point where it's I got it set up so we produce 50 unique shapes, per batch, and 4 colors for each shape, and so that batch of 200 images it can do in about 8 hours. So just while I'm asleep or at work, and, turn them out and be ready, use as a computer again, when that's done. So yeah, so they definitely could be a lot better, but I'm pretty happy with this. And I tried to set up, but just never wanted to finish it. So I got involved, finishing up the operation of the site itself. Was a script to I just drag the ones I liked best from here. Just pick the best color, I guess. Each shape and just transfer them to this folder. I'm making a script that would see which ones were in this folder. Bring in the other ones that were the same shape from the unsorted one, and then upload them as a new post on WordPress using them. There's a Python third-party library called Selenium, which you can use like fill out forms and stuff, and like click buttons, put text in fields. So I could use that to automate creating posts, but never actually got to finish that one up and test it out. Let's see. Not sure what else I have on hand. I could talk a bit about, I guess, the setup of the site. So here's our homepage. So I got it to the point where it was, it would, detect the, selected thumbnail image from the blog posts and bring them onto the homepage. But the formatting is just a nightmare right now. I can't really target it with the CSS, it seems. And you click them, it should be bringing us the individual blog posts, but it's not right now. I guess that's unmeasured. But anyhow, so the interesting thing what I learned about WordPress is the way that it makes the template work, and how brings up the pages that will determine the formatting is it's got this kind of tree of names, and so as long as you have files that have those names, it'll like look for them, and if it finds them, it'll use them, but if it doesn't, it has like a backup plan. And so basically, like the structure of your site, you determine basically just by what you name things and which ones you have and don't have. And so they've got this often demonstrating that. So here's their resource that they provide for that. So like look on the left, this is like I guess what you want here, and then as it gets the colored cells, the green, orange, and violet, this is the indigo. Yes, these are the kind of names that you should have for the files to get the desired output. So for mine, I wanted a front page, like the index that had all the blog posts on it, not its own static page. And so there you can go to a home PHP, and if it doesn't have the home, if it doesn't have a file like this, then it goes on to index, and then the index is your home page, and it'll automatically fill it with pictures. If you have just both individual like pages that have their own formatting from the front page, but also have blog posts, you can follow this tree here. Like you can go here, you can have if you put page.php and a single.php, if it has both of these files, then it'll single one, it'll make it'll be how it styles a blog post by itself, and whereas in the page.php will be like kind of your generic, more like more of an actual page versus a post. Yeah, and then, if I wanted an archive, I'd, put in an archive PHP so we could, have that instead of just, going back to the index page again. Now, yeah, it was, really interesting to learn about like the functions and stuff, see it where, I could get it. So like inside this folder, I don't actually have any of, the sites in here. They've been, generated inside of WordPress's interface, but I've, got it set up through the system where it's, taking, the information that I've uploaded, through the interface and applying it there like you'd want, with the content management system of the client where they can put in, type up their own information, but it'll still be brought into, the pages you've designed. So I still obviously don't understand it yet, but I feel like I'm getting close. Like, maybe the third time will be the charm as far as, to learning how to, design a theme from scratch. I haven't had good luck so far, but I'll get there eventually, I'm sure. Yeah, so I guess that's all.
Well, the pots are looking great, really amazing, and it looks like you're learning a lot. Just working with the software and everything. So, no problem. Just figure out what you need to figure out there, and let us know when it looks the way you want it to look, and we'll take another look at it. But I like your color scheme for your page, and I love the pots. I think they're beautiful. Trevor said he liked the logo and the scrollable text boxes. I do too. I like the name you decided on, PotteryBot and everything. So yeah, it looks great. It's really coming along. So like I said, just let us know when you want us to look back at it, and we will. Okay, I feel like everybody has kind of shown their stuff off. So let's go to the next thing, which is, and if you haven't quite finished your site off or something like that, you might, take some time, finish it, and you can show it to us again in one of the next classes. And then also, as always, just let me know if you have questions, if there's anything I can help you with. Now, if you did run into problems, especially I noticed a couple of people were having problems with WooCommerce. And, if you can solve those problems, great. If not, well, okay, we got to spend a little more time with WooCommerce. On the next assignment that I'm going to talk to you guys about, you might consider using WooCommerce again as a way to try and resolve some of those issues and figure some things out. Because obviously, if you try something and it jacks up, you try it again, and you try it until you figure out what's going on. Okay, but let's talk about the next assignment that I'm going to give you guys. So what it is don't tell me. I will go over here and find it myself. Okay. Okay, it's this huge paragraph here, which most of that paragraph is just an example, but let me tell you what we're going to do. So basically, you guys have been acting like the designers. You've been designing websites for real or imagined clients, right? And now what's going to happen is you're going to work with somebody else in the class, and this is not a team project in the sense that, you don't have to depend on somebody else to do the work on this project or do half the work or something. This is a partner project only in the sense that you're going to work with somebody else in the class. They're going to be your partner in the sense that each one of you is going to play both client and designer in this exercise here. So let me explain how this is going to work. And this is what my giant paragraph is. It's an example, right? It says, find someone in the class to be your partner on this project. If you can't find anyone, I'll be your partner. And it says, here's the example right here. You will be the client who needs a website, and your partner will build it according to your specifications, right? But your partner will also be a client, and they're going to build a website to your specifications. So basically what that means is everybody's going to build a website, but the website you're going to build is going to be according to what the other person tells you they want because they're the client, right? So I give an example here. I say, example, Gwen and Roga. I just came up with that name, Roga. I don't think it's a real name. Gwen and Roga are partners, right, in this class. Gwen tells Roga she wants a real estate website, and Roga tells Gwen she wants an e-commerce website to sell handmade jewelry. Each student serves as both the designer on the project they're building for the other student and as the client on the project the other student is building for them, right? When acting as the designer, you'll make, sketches or Photoshop mockups or whatever to show the client, the other student, you can also make like a first draft of the website, or sometimes we call it a wireframe. And you'll show that stuff to your client, and they'll give you, you know, that the thumbs up, or they'll tell you some changes, and then you'll make those changes, right? You could also show them color palettes and photos, you know, you think might look good on the site, right? And then, you know, that's the designer who's getting ready for, you know, getting their stuff ready to show the client. They show it to the client. And then when you're acting as the client, you get to make the decisions about what works and what doesn't. You can tell them, oh yeah, I like that, but maybe, you know, maybe you could go get some pictures that are a little more modern, maybe black and white, try black and white pictures or something like that, right? So, you know, it's an opportunity for you to do what you did on the last project, which is design a website, right? But now you're getting two more pieces of information, two more experiences. One is designing a website according to an imaginary client who's giving you direction, right? And you have to try and please that client. And then you're also getting the experience of acting like a client and trying to direct the design of somebody else in the class towards what you want to accomplish, right? And of course, you know, in this scenario, everybody's going to be, you know, thoughtful and considerate of the other people. You know, and we're not going to ask for, you know, incredible demands like, you know, it's got to have 360-degree rotating models or anything like that. You know, we're going to be reasonable. But I think this is a good opportunity. So, you know, I'm looking forward to this project. Now, let me ask you guys: do you am I clearly communicating what this project entails? Do you have any questions? Let's see. I understand the project, says Trevor. Okay, and Grady says it makes sense. Okay, cool. All right. So Daniel says it sounds like a cool idea. So this is what I would recommend you guys do at this point is maybe through the chat here, see if you can find somebody else in the class to partner up with, right? And you know, really, it's you know, it's not a popularity contest or anything. You just have to find somebody else to work with. So maybe put your name in here and say looking for a partner, and then somebody else will say I'll partner with you, and then you say okay, great, you know. Let's see. So looks like we already got Sean and Grady teamed up. So that's good. So why don't you guys all, you know, throw your names in there and partner up with somebody, or you can even privately message somebody if you like, because you can do private messaging in this. But let me know in the next couple minutes that you've got a partner so that we can know everybody got one. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to figure that out. Okay, so Trevor and Dylan are going to be partners. Okay, so that takes care of Trevor and Dylan, Sean and Grady. So I think we've got Daniel and Ariana. Do you guys want to be partners? Okay, does that work for you, Ariana? Okay, awesome. Okay, we've got everybody with a partner. There's a couple people who are missing. I know Heather's missing. And if I don't remember who else we're missing besides that, but if we are missing another person, those two could be partners. If not, I can partner up with Heather. Okay, now that sounds good. Now, what I would like you guys to do now is I want you to have a conversation with your partner. You can do it through a private chat here in the class. You can exchange phone numbers and text each other. You can email each other. You can call each other up, whatever you want to do. But what I want you to do is I want each of you to decide on what kind of website, when you're the client in this equation, I want you to decide what kind of project you're going to give to the designer who's your partner. So like I said, in that example, one student decided they wanted to have a real estate website that the other student was going to make. The other student decided they wanted an e-commerce website that was going to sell jewelry, right? And so that's the information they exchanged, right? And so I'd like you guys to try and accomplish that today. figure out what you want the other person to do. And, you know, maybe the person who is acting, you know, because you're each going to be client and designer at different times. So maybe when you're the designer, you know, in this equation, you can ask the client, which is your partner, some questions about what they want. Like if they say they want a real estate website, you can say, okay, well, what kind of real estate are you going to be selling? What part of the country are you selling it in? What kind of photographs did you imagine on this site? Really high tech, or is it all going to be sort of country, suburban, you know, kind of stuff? Country, suburban. I'm not sure how that works. Anyway, or if it's the jewelry person in this example, what kind of jewelry are you selling? What kind of mood are you looking for? Is it going to be kind of like a new age jewelry site, or is it going to be the opposite end of the spectrum, which is like high-end metallic pieces that look really futuristic? You know, you got to find somewhere on the spectrum that the other person wants this stuff, and then you can go away, make some sketches, start getting a color palette together, get some photos together, you know, things like that. You can come back with some information that you're going to share with your partner and say, hey, what do you think of this stuff, right? And then it's your jobs to guide each other through this process and to help each other out so that you create a couple of successful websites that not only look good and work well, but that actually, you know, met the needs of the client, you know, that they're happy with it as well as you. It kind of reminds me of, like, I don't know, any Project Runway fans in here? Anybody watch that show? I'm the only one. I'm the only one anywhere that watches this show, but I like the show. Okay, Trevor's seen it. Okay, thank you. And then Ariana says, okay. So in Project Runway, they have a challenge that they do sometimes. And what they do is they bring, instead, you know, on Project Runway, usually what they do is they tell these young designers, okay, everybody design an avant-garde challenge, you know, make a dress or menswear out of, you know, strange materials that you find in this toy store. And so they have to make unusual things, right? But every now and then what they'll do is they'll bring in, you know, what you might call average people off the street, or maybe the people are somehow connected to the show. Like sometimes they'll bring in like everybody's mom or something like that. But anyway, they'll bring in an average, quote, average person. And then that person will sit with the designer, and that person will tell the designer exactly what they want. And so they become a client, and a very specific kind of client who has very specific needs. And so the designer has to learn, you know, to cater to that client. And of course, any client you have as a web designer is going to be like that. They're going to be like, you know, well, I like this, but I don't like this. So, you know, you have to take your, you know, you have to sort of subsume, or, you know, put down your desires and your aesthetics and everything below what they want, because they're paying the bills. And so you got to make something that they like, you know. Okay, so why don't you guys spend some time now? I'm basically going to give you the rest of the period. So go ahead and spend time, connect with your partner, start to figure things out about what you want and what they want, maybe take some notes, and then you can work on getting some of those ideas together. At the next class next week, I'd like it if we could, you know, talk about these things. If you could say, well, you know, Sean wanted me to do this and I decided I wanted this. And then you can start to talk about, you know, what direction you're going to go on with stuff. Okay, sound good? Everybody clear on that? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So once you do that, and then I'm going to jump out. I'll turn my video off. I'll come back at the end of the class and jump back in and see how you guys are doing. And also, if you have a question, just pop in here and ask me. But if you have to leave early, you know, happy Halloween. Have a great weekend and have a fun and safe Halloween. Okay. All right. So I'm going to jump out, but I'll be here if you have any questions.